airport to the city.
So he is just there for 5 hours.
9 will be traffic jam. This side we don't have.
Okay. From the main city. So then Mr. Chitindraji also gave me the briefing of the university.
Yeah.
And I came to such a big group. Yeah. Based from the yeah, he told me.
That's what Bombay actually.
Yeah, input is a very
Bombay.
Acha. Good morning. Good to see you traditional dress. Namaskar, sir. Namaskar. Good to see you in yesterday you were So he took me yesterday very evening, we had a very pleasant evening. But the right time he had decided to take us there. Whether we would have taken 5-6 hours from what we did. And everything he covered. So we have
In addition to the students who want to stay out, they're staying out. But first we are giving first option to them.
Sir, how many 3,000 students you are saying here? What I came to know, in South India I can roam freely. In North India people know me Maharashtra, but South India people, you know, in Chennai and Tamil Nadu, they're not bothered about one kid and nobody is interested about that. They only know Rastika. Acha, city.
आगे फर्स्ट दिन का
Sir, where is it? Kushi sir. Kushi ji, please. You need to sit down, or they will cut your finger. It's good, basically, you know, I was trained in US, not as an academy, not as academy, so Navy SEALs Academy. So what had happened, you know, what they did, whenever we used to go for lunch, dinner, breakfast and classrooms, they used to paths outside. So I asked them, so they told me, whenever we feel, after the classroom, after the practice, before breakfast, you do your change and after that you come inside. Same thing you can do. Whenever they feel like 10-15 minutes, they can come in. But you both are based in that Bangalore.
We moved to
So what nowadays husband is for every story.
एक्चुअली यहाँ पे खड़े होते हैं फोटो लेते हैं आओ प्लीज बच्चों आओ कॉर्पोरेट कंपनी
So nowadays in IPL
चलो बच्चों
But what is the students? What do they talk? They talk in Kannada, Malayalam, or Hindi? What? English.
But usually they all prefer the native language, but our medium instruction is English.
English. That's the campus.
They speak Hindi also. Because of the He'll be good in Kannada because it's a sniper.
Sharp shooter.
Hey, I would have been good there. Running and because I run a lot.
We may encounter many defeats, but we must not be defeated. Let us embark on this journey of empowerment and enlightenment with unwavering determination and resilience. काम करो ऐसा कि एक पहचान बन जाए, हर कदम ऐसे चलो कि निशान बन जाए. यहाँ जिंदगी तो हर कोई काट लेता है, जिंदगी जियो इस कदर कि मिसाल बन जाए. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, Managing Director, Director, Principal, Vice Principal, esteemed faculty members, and my dear students. Welcome you all to the celebration of excellence and inspiration as we have gathered here today for the inauguration of multi-gym and indoor sports facilities and counseling department and a keynote address on youth and the future of India, prospects and challenges by our keynote speaker, Mr. Sameer Wankhede. A big round of applause to him. In the spirit of invoking positivity and grace, let us begin our proceedings with a captivating invocation dance by our talented student, Miss Ulfat. Let us immerse ourselves in the melody of our movements.
या बसा राजे खुशी घ्या सबुरीन विडा कागा घाई अशी
Thank you, Ulfat. Now I request the members of Cultural Committee to escort the dignitaries to the dais. I request the Cultural Committee to escort the guests to the dais. Big round of applause from the audience. The beauty of the Quran is that you cannot change its message, but its message can change you. Let us take a moment of reflection and reverence as I call on stage Mr. Ansel P., Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce and Management, to present a heartfelt Quran recitation and translation.
Good morning. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alam nashrah laka sadrak wa wada'na anka wizrak alladhi anqala lahrak wa rafa'na laka zikrak فإن مع العسر يسرا إن مع العسر يسرا فإذا فرغت فانصب وإلى ربك فارغب بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم Surah An-Nashr. With the name of Allah, the All-Merciful, the Very Merciful. Alam nashrah laka sadrak. Have we not caused your bosom to be wide open for you? Wa wada'na anka wizrak. And we removed from you your burden. Allazi anqala lahrak. That had almost broken your back. Wa rafa'na laka zikrak. And we raised high your name. Fa inna ma'al usri yusra. So undoubtedly, along with the hardship, there is easy. Inna ma'al usri yusra. Undoubtedly, along with the hardship, there is easy. فَإِذَا فَرَغْتَ فَانصَبْ. So when you are free from collective services, toil hard in worship. وَإِلَى رَبِّكَ فَارْغَب. And towards your Lord, turn with eagerness. Sadaqallahul Aliyyul Azim. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. May we find solace and inspiration in these sacred verses. Alone we can do so little. Together we can do so much. Let us embrace the power of unity and collaboration in our endeavors by inviting on stage Dr. Vaibhav Mishram, the principal of Annapaya Deemed to be University, Bangalore off campus, to extend a warm welcome to our esteemed guests and the gathering.
Thank you, Madhima ma'am. Good morning, dignitaries on the dais. Samir sir, Kranti Tai, Kushit sir, our director Jitendra sir, vice principal, and Syed sir. It gives me an immense pleasure to welcome the dignitaries. It's, my dear students, our culture. And in our culture, we say, Atithi Devo Bhava. Atithi Devo Bhava means like guests are like a god. बट साक्षात मुझे तो यहाँ गॉड ही दिख रहे हैं. To cut a long story short, in our Indian mythology, we have a story of Satyavan Savitri. Most of you might be knowing also. In Satyavan Savitri story, Savitri was standing with full force and fighting against all the evils and all the gods to save his husband, to take his husband's wife, to take his husband's life back. So the same thing is resembling here. We can say, when Samir sir was fighting for the drug menace, the narco-terrorism, which is spoiling our youth. 10 years down the line, during the discussion, 10 years down the line, our country will become weak if you are not fighting. There are different types of terrorism. One is a narco-terrorism. And when Samir sir was fighting, his wife was standing behind him as a rock solid, giving him all the support. And my girl student, please remember, you have to support, tomorrow you may get married, you have to support your husband like this, so that he can remove any evils from the society. On this note, I will like to welcome Mr. Samin Wadkede ji. I request Ritika ma'am to welcome Samir sir. समीर सर के ऊपर 3 घंटे का मूवी बनना मुश्किल है. समीर सर पे तो कोई वेब सीरीज ही बनेगी तो ही कुछ काम होगा, ऐसे मुझे लगता है, क्योंकि 3 घंटे की मूवी में उनका लाइफ कवर होने वाला नहीं है. In 3 hours his life is not going to cover. Some web series is required there. And in terms of Savitri, we have a Kranti Tai. In our Marathi we say Tai as a sister. Kranti Tai, we had seen her songs and we had seen her popular songs. I was telling to my faculty also that there was a Komadi Padali song which was translated into, which was copied by Karina, or we can say it was popular, that song was there. So on this note, I would like to welcome Kranti Tai, who was a rock solid support for the Samit sir. I request STEMI ma'am to welcome. We have with us Mr. Khurshid, who is always supporting us in all our vendor. Whenever we go to him, sir, money is required for this. He will say, Vaibhav, please go ahead and do it without any hesitation. He's supporting us a lot. So I request Ansal sir to welcome Mr. Khurshid. A big round of applause. Because all the finances and all will be getting from, once it's approved from the Khurshid sir. And nonetheless, our director sir, who had collected all these pearls here and put it in one mala, or put it in one garland. With his efforts only, we can see this function happening today. He had went to Mumbai, he contacted Samir Wadkede ji, and he agreed it. So, and our director sir always support is in whatever the activities he's doing. He is always saying that please go ahead and do the activities so that the campus will become vibrant. So I request Utkarsh sir to please welcome our director sir. We have with the Vice Principal Dr. Shubhra. I request Razika ma'am to welcome Shubhra. We have with us a very young, energetic, enthusiastic BCA HOD. BCA is one of the biggest department. Very good. See the popularity of the faculty here. BCA is one of the biggest department here. And whenever I want something, I will always go to sir. Sir, problem ho gaya, kaise solve karenge? So sir will always, with his team of faculty, will be always standing in front, he will be always trying to solve the problem. So I request Pratiksha ma'am to welcome Dr. Sayyed, HOD of a BC department. Big round of applause. Very nice. Excellent. A very young, energetic, and enthusiastic professor in our BCA department. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Thank you, Madhya. Over to you.
Thank you, sir. A hearty welcome to you too. I request Alekhya ma'am to present a floral bouquet to our principal and welcome him as well. A big round of applause to our principal. Thank you, ma'am. Let us now partake in a timeless tradition, the lighting of the lamp ceremony. This ceremony symbolizes the dispelling of darkness and the ushering in of knowledge and enlightenment. As Mahatma Gandhi once said, in a gentle way, you can shake the world. Let us now ignite the flames of inspiration and wisdom. I request the dignitaries to come forward for the lamp lighting. I request all the faculties to join the stage. A big round of applause from the audience side. I request some students to come forward. Thank you, everyone. I request the guests to please take their seats. Continuing our journey of discovery, we now have the privilege of hearing from Mrs. Ritika, HOD of BBA department, as she enlightens us about the rich legacy of Anuppaya deemed to be university and the boundless potential it holds for the future of our youth. In the words of Nelson Mandela, education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. Let us embrace the transformative power of education by inviting on stage Mrs. Ritika to unleash the success story of Anuppaya deemed to be university.
Good morning, one and all. I'm here to talk about the milestones of Anuppaya. The journey of Anuppaya from its inception in 1991 as the Islamic Academy of Education to its current status as a distinguished, deemed to be university is a testament to the vision, dedication, and relentless pursuit of excellence by its founder, Mr. Anuppaya Abdullah Kuni, and the entire trust. Driven by a mission to uplift minorities through education, the Trust embarked on a remarkable journey of establishing institutions of higher learning that catered to the never-ending need of healthcare professionals. The journey began with the establishment of Dental College in 1992, followed by the inception of Anuppaya Medical College, Nursing College, Institute of Nursing Sciences, and Physiotherapy College in the subsequent years. In 2007, the vision expanded as the trust sponsored the formation of Enepoya University with the aim of creating a world-class institution dedicated to excellence in professional education. This culminated in 2008 when the university was granted deemed to be university status by the Ministry of Human Resource Development, Union of India under Section 3A of the University Grants Commissions Act 1956. This opened a new chapter in the history of Enepoya institutions. The accolades and rankings earned by the university includes accreditation by NAC with A+ grade and recognition as one of the top young universities in Karnataka and ranked in top 100 in NIRF range of MHRD. The dawn of a new chapter unfolded as Enepoya University extended its reach, launching its vibrant off-campus in Bharatiya city of Bangalore. This expansion marked not just a geographical milestone, but a bold stride towards fostering excellence, diversity, and innovation in education. And what more to say, the rest is history. Thank you so much, everyone. This is Ritika Taneja signing off. Thank you.
Thank you, Ma. Success is liking yourself, liking what you do, and liking how you do it. As we delve deeper into our program, let us gain insights into the illustrious profile of our esteemed guest, Mr. Samir Wankade, presented by none other than Dr. Jitendra Singh Shekhawat, the Director of Enepoya Deemed to be University, Bangalore off-campus. Over to you, sir.
Hello, good morning, my all respected dignitaries on the dais and my dear students and my colleagues, faculty members. Remembering our Honorable Chancellor, Dr. Abdullah Koniji, Pro-Chancellor, Mr. Farhad, Vice Chancellor, Dr. Vijay Kumar, and all the leadership, with the umbrella of that, we are able to conduct this program and all. And we are able to have Mr. Samir Wankade and Madam Kranti on this occasion with us. So, I had a visit at Mumbai, and there it was Bharatiya Sanskar Parishad. So there were eminent speakers across the country were presented their thoughts about how and which directions the students are going, and where direction the society is moving forward, and what after 5 or 10 years and all, if this goes continues. So there was a think tank. So. Then Mr. Samir Wankade's speech drew my attention, and I thought it is very, very relevant for my children's. And I immediately after this speech, I requested him. I said, sir, we will be inviting you to Bangalore and to speak to our faculty and students, and then he really accepted, outrightly and all. And to talk about his accomplishments, I think it is a big bunch of paper and all, which will not be able to, it takes about an hour for me to take it. But still, you all, see, we as a faculty, we have different level of interaction. We can meet him anytime, but it's important that you people, the youth, who have the next, years of country in your hand and all, you know from him, from how he rise from the humble family and go to that higher, and how his conviction, his determination, and his power to achieve, which is really like, different class, So to start with, Mr. Samir Wankade is an accomplished officer with a distinguished career in the IRS, Indian Revenue Services. He's a highly educated individual with a strong academic background. He's graduated from Mumbai University and further education from the reputed universities of India. Additionally, he has undergone specialized training as a sharpshooter, sniper, and under the Anti-Terrorist Assistance Program by the US Department of State, North Carolina, USA in 2016. The training has equipped him with the skills necessary for handling high-risk situations very, very effectively. Shri Wankade's career spans several key postings reflecting his versatility and commitment to the duty. He began his services in the Intelligence Bureau, Ministry of Home Affairs, New Delhi, where he served from 2006 to 2008, He then moved to the IRS probationaries from 2008 to 2010, where he honed his skills and prepared for the field assignments. From 2010 to June 2030, Wankhede have served as an Assistant Commissioner of Customs, Air Intelligence Unit, CSI Airport, Chhatrapati Shivaji International Airport, Mumbai. During his tenure, he displayed exceptional acumen in detecting, seizing smuggled goods, including the narcotic, gold, electronic items, among all others. And just with our interaction, we got to know that he have confiscated more than 200 kg of gold and more than 18,000 kg of the narcotics from the various sources and all. What a great service to the nation. In the June 2013, he was appointed as the Deputy Commissioner of Anti-Evasion in Mumbai, where he further enhanced his expertise in combating the tax evasion and smuggling. His exemplary performance led to his appointment as Additional Superintendent of Police of very, very prestigious NIA, National Investigating Agency, from December 2013 to July 2017, where he played a very, very pivotal role in busting ISIS modules and apprehending individuals involved in the smuggling, terrorism, illegal arms trade in the various parts of country. From July 2017 and to August 2020, Shri Wankhede served as a Joint Director at Directorate of Revenue Intelligence, Mumbai Zonal Unit, Mumbai. Here he excelled in detecting and investigating cases related to commercial frauds, gold smuggling and other major economic frauds. Subsequently, from the September 2020 to December 2021, he served as a Zonal Director at Narcotic Control Bureau, Mumbai Zonal Unit, Mumbai, where he demonstrated outstanding leadership in countering drug trafficking and neutralizing the narcotic drug syndicates. We have witnessed his works through the media and through the newspapers. What kind of a strong spine he kept by arresting and holding very, very big politicians or big people who are involved in the drug trafficking and all. And currently, Wankhede is serving as an additional director at Directorate General of Taxpayer Service, Chennai Zone Unit, Chennai. Wankhede have demonstrated an exceptional dedication and competence in various challenging roles throughout his careers. His contributions and achievement have been keenly recognized and commended, and he has been instrumental in booking more than 3,000 smuggling cases and seizing variety of contraband, including dutiable goods and endangered species in wildlife and other things. His proactive approach and dedication and resulted in significant contribution to law enforcement and national security. He has received several prestigious awards. There is a list of awards, but I really wish to name few before you. He has got, in 2013, commendable performance in surpassing the original revenue target by comfortable margin of realizing 727 crores against the target of 613 crore, and thereby achieving 60% growth over the revenue realization of the previous year. See, this is not the bank revenue. This has been confiscated from the taxpayers and all. So my student must be thinking, Samirji, like this is like a simple bank deposits. No, it is not the bank deposit. Okay. And then another very, very excellent services and work in connection with collecting valuable information about the main wanted person of the Mumbai bomb blast, Mr. Dawood Ibrahim gang, and preparing a dossier of the Dawood Ibrahim in 2015. Another excellent work by him was valuable information collected regarding absconding accused of ISI cases. There were many accused are hiding in our country. They are the inside enemies, and he arrested them, and he have prepared a big, roadmap about their arrest. In 2017, extraordinary and praiseworthy performance for developing media monitoring cell at Mumbai for surveillance on the activities of ISI and ISI sympathizers. In 2019, extraordinary contribution rendered in record seizure of 185 kg gold at DRI MZU from the syndicate of professional smugglers. In 2021, award. He was been awarded by the Union Home Minister Medal for Excellence in Investigation 2021. In 2021 only he received Maharashtra Samman 2000 in the hands of the Honorable Governor of Maharashtra on 20th July. He also received the certificate of appreciation by the Deputy Director General of Southwest Region, NCB, Mumbai, in recognition of his outstanding work and commendable contribution in the year 2021. 2022, once again, Samman and Salman Award by the hands of Governor of Uttarakhand. Recently, in 2022, he was awarded as a Bharat Ratna Dr. Baba Sahib Ambedkar Award by the hands of Governor of Maharashtra. So, my goodness, what achievements and all like it. Yeah? Students are feeling, right? I mean, I'll give him the mic, really. He is going to be with you for 1 hour. And he is like crisis. My students will ask him something, what does it is, sniper shooter means and all, right? So with this all achievements, sir, behalf of management of Yenopoya, and we are very, very privileged for you having here, and we want you to be really our young students, a very, very interactive session for henceforth and all. Over to you, sir. Please come. Welcome. Please, can we give a standing ovation to sir? And can you clap for him? Please clap louder. This will motivate him. This is what the real patriot needs the country, the encouragement from the last man. Samir Wankhede ji, please.
Vande Mataram and a very good morning to you. Jitendra ji, itna lamba pad ke, why did you bore the students? And let me compliment both of your professors who seems to be tremendously popular. Both of them, I don't know where they have vanished now. Acha. First thing, when Jitendra ji had come to Mumbai, I was having an interaction with a think tank basically at Mumbai. So there, lot of, how to improve the youth of the country. So many think tanks were giving their ideas how to do that. So I happened to interact with him and he told me about the university basically. Me coming from West India, so I was not that well versed with the universities in South India, in Karnataka, Kerala and so on and so forth. So, but when he told me, I researched it. I mean, it was a really big kind of group what Khurshid ji has also mentioned me in the morning. And I immediately, instantly agreed to come. And when, especially anything regarding the youth, interacting for national development and anti-drug, so I'm always there 100%. I just requested him, just keep it on Saturday, Sunday, because that is the only time when I get to, implement the Nasha Mukti programs, as well as interacting with the youth. So very fortunate to interact with you all, coming to Bangalore for the third time. And, coming to Bangalore, basically every step, every 10 years it happens to be when I come to Bangalore. So now I would just like to start with asking you also and requesting you, whenever you have any kind of queries, kindly interrupt and ask questions. I don't want to be a monotonous one, so that I just keep on talking and you keep on listening. So kindly interrupt me in between whenever you have any questions, any queries. Be completely informal. We all are youngsters. I'm not a youngster, you people are youngsters. So interact and ask questions. Be very bold enough. You know what problems you have, what issues you have in your mind, so that we can clear it. So the most important topic, what which is very dear to my heart, and very much important for the nation, is what problems we have in a country. Two major problems what we have in country, what our country is facing with. Can anybody tell me what are the two important problems? In short. Corruption second. Corruption is a phenomenal problem everywhere across the borders. Corruption is there, yes. Drug addiction, very good. Drug issues. Number 3, terrorism, perfect. So major problem today time we have is, all three you have mentioned. When drug problem and terrorism, they come together. So that is called as narco-terrorism. It is a very unholy concoction basically. And in layman term, in normal men's term, you know what narco-terrorism is? The money, what we spend to purchase drug, to consume drugs, basically it goes to the enemical countries. It goes to the nations which are enemies to us. And the same money is being used to attack a police force, to attack a army, to do drastic act in our country against our own selves. So that means, जो हमारे पैसे हैं, the money what we spend goes to the terrorist, and then activities happen against our country. That is called as narco-terrorism, in simple term. So consumption of drugs, basically, it harms ourselves. Our body is like a temple, you know, it's very pure basically. So it harms ourselves also. Secondly, it harms our nation. So both the things. So do we want our money for anti-Indian activities? Of course we don't want. So it is that serious. Now if we talk about drugs, so it's, you know, banned basically, prohibited, restricted by all the major religions also. We talk about Islam, we talk about Buddhism, we talk about Hinduism. Everywhere it is restricted, you know. And merely just by talking, no, I will tell you, for example, in Buddhism, Dr. Mishra might be knowing, there is Trisharan Panchashil, what we all know. So in Trisharan Panchashil also, there is a, it's a kind of a doctrine for Buddhism, main Buddhism. So in that point number 5 is, you know, it is in Pali, basically. What it says is, Sura mere majja pamadathana ver mani sikha padam samidhyame. So in English I will tell you, it means I will not consume drugs. I won't have any vices. I won't consume intoxicants. So there we have a religious sanction. You talk about Islam also. We talk about Pachwa Para, which is called as Surah Maida. Surah Maida ayat number 90, where we talk about things of khamar. We all know what is khamar. Khamar, it is mentioned in Arabic. Khamar is a thing, in English we call as again intoxicant, which is again supported by the hadith of Abu Dawud. So there also it is very much clear basically. The people who consume drugs generally give a justification. It is, for example, again in Quran Sharif we talk about Surah Tahrim. Surah Tahrim talks about prohibition of liquor. But properly it is prohibited as per Surah Maida in, for drugs also. So you talk about Islam also, it is completely prohibited, not even restricted, it is prohibited. Talking about Ayurveda, talking about Shastra and Vedas also, there also it is prohibited and restricted. So religious sanction is definitely there, plus government sanctions are there. There is an act called as NDPS Act. When anybody consumes, it is a crime. You are facing an imprisonment for 1 year plus fine of 10,000. If you are caught with commercial quantity, peddling, selling, so that is imprisonment for 20 years plus a fine of 2 lakh rupees. So your life is gone if you are caught with commercial quantity. So do we want to do all these things? Yesterday night, Professor Jitendra was very courteous enough to take us for a round of Bangalore city in the evening. And for my shock and surprise, in the night, 12:30, I was seeing people youngsters, especially youngsters, without having, sad to see that, completely intoxicated, high on drug or on liquor probably, and, trying to do all weird activities right outside MG Road and Brigade Road at the junction. So do we want a nation of Ganjedis and Nashedis? We don't want. What kind of nation do we want? We want a strong nation. I want a strong nation. We have 30% of youth population in our country. You are contributing to that. So what kind of governance are we giving? So we don't want such kind of Nashedi crowd basically to take to weaken our nation itself. So in Bangalore, in Karnataka, in Karnataka, in Kerala. I have done a lot of operations also while being the Joint Commissioner of DRI as well as Additional Commissioner of NCB. So there are lot many things I had noticed personally in schools and colleges, how the vices starts. So number one starts with the normal traditional cigarettes. It doesn't stop there basically. Then it goes to hookah. You know, I'm sure that Bangalore में भी जितेंद्र जी वो हुक्का का होगा, hookah bars. It is a in medical life precursor basically, prelude. So you start with hookah, flavorless hookah, tobacco-less hookah. Then a person graduates more. Then they go for e-cigarettes. Is absolutely. So now in school and colleges, schools are conducting drives to check the bags of the students to find e-cigarettes. And mind you, it is completely prohibited. Import of that e-cigarette is completely prohibited. It's not allowed, it's not permitted. If the police catches you, they can put you in jail. Then after that, you know, becoming more adventurous, then comes into drugs. So in Bangalore as well as in Kerala, there are 2-3 types of important drugs which we should be fighting with and being aware of. Number one is hydroponic weed. How many people have read about hydroponic weed? Be truthful to me. Anybody knows about hydroponic weed? Any students of botany and biology sitting here? Nobody from botany and biology, right? We don't have that, right? Hydroponic weed is something very dangerous. It plays with your brain. The THC level, the component in marijuana, is THC basically. So the content of that is very high, above 3%, that is 11% or something. And it is grown in greenhouse, you know, greenhouses what we have. So it is not grown in the soil. With hydroponics, as well as, you know, with what I should call it, with a very advanced level of pH level control, as well as, you know, sprinklers and drips basically. And it is grown in North American countries and European countries like, you know, the Netherlands and all those places, Poland. So it is illegally got into the country. So that is a major problem, and the payment is made by dark web. So that is a major problem here, hydroponic weed. The second problem what we have is the LSD. And LSD, I think so, is hydroponic weed is covered in your kit, what you just showed me. And that is very handy and expensive also. It is called as, basically the rich people afford it. You know, 1 gram is costing around 5,000 to 8,000 rupees, 1 gram, 1 nugget. Apart from that, the second problem what I was mentioning is LSD, lysergic acid. So LSD is coming in form of blots. It's just coming in form of stamps. So you put it on your tongue, and after that you are having a good high or a bad high for 16-17 hours. If you are very lucky enough, you will be having a good high, you will be enjoying your life, you will be on the 7th heaven basically. But if your luck is bad, if you have a bad trip, then it triggers with your brain and you have suicidal tendencies. Many students have committed suicide because of that. You don't understand what you're doing for 16-17 hours. It plays with your nervous system basically. Same with marijuana also. The THC component what I was talking about is also having tendencies to play with your nervous system and tend students to commit suicide. So that we have heard about many universities why students commit suicide due to over abuse of drugs. The third problem here, what I see is again cocaine. Foreign gangs, especially Nigerian gangs, they operate in Maharashtra, in Karnataka, in Bangalore also, as well as Mumbai, Goa. So there, cocaine is another rich man's drug. Cocaine, we all know it is not grown here. It is made in South America, Colombia, Peru, Brazil and such kind of places, coming illegally into the country. And after that, the students, the youngsters, the college and people in multinationals also, what I've seen, are addicted to cocaine. So these are the 3 kind of major things what we are having in Karnataka and Bangalore. In schools and colleges, what the peddler do is, it is their modus operandi basically. They target gullible, you people are youngsters having gullible mind now, shaping up your mind and destiny. So people identify and target such kind of universities and schools. So they try to peddle first. What they do is they identify the student first into drug consumption, they make you habituated to consume drugs. So once you're habituated, so every time mommy daddy will not give you money, much money for your, there is a limitation for money. So how to cater to your addiction? Then the same peddler will offer you money as well as they will offer you with one kind of plan. You peddle this kind of drugs, I will give you drugs for free plus money also I will give you. So the same student becomes, apart from consumer, a peddler also. So in the lieu of that he gets drugs. So once he becomes a good peddler, then what happens? Again he is making money also, he is consuming drugs also, he is enjoying his life. Then he becomes a supplier. He starts importing drugs, goes to the manufacturers, picking up drugs, so he becomes a supplier. So it is a very vicious circle, right from a gullible student to a consumer to a peddler to a supplier. And supplier, as I said, what is the imprisonment? 20 years. So I don't think so anybody wants to see prison for 20 years. So your entire life is basically gone for a toss. So stay away from that. A kind request to you, humble request to you. We being Indians, we need to make our nation strong. So don't contribute for such kind of narco-terrorism activities. So we need to stay away from that. Of late, what I do is, I do both the things. Before 2021, I was in enforcement, catching these people. Now I am into awareness. I go to districts, I go to rural places, try to tell the students about the ill effect of drugs. So basically, it is stopped because of two approaches. We need to have a two prolonged approach for that. A very consolidated approach we need. One is prevention, what I am doing now, and one is the operational part, enforcement part. So both the things go together. So if enforcement part comes in, you people won't like it. So it is prevention part where we try to stop it before. So we need to stop it, basically. If at all we find any kind of activities in our places from where we belong, in and around of the hostel where you stay, where you live, reside, the places where you study, that is your university. So if you find any kind of activity which is happening, I humbly request you, immediately inform your management, your teachers, your principals, approach them, and I would request the management as well as the teachers also. And I was really very happy when Khurshid ji told me, you have a counseling section out here. A full-fledged, dedicated counseling section with the numbers, with the staff available for you 24/7. So that is the very right approach. Rarely I have seen such kind of thing. So, and the counseling section, apart from counseling the students, I again request, when you find any peddlers, we come to know about all these things. There are a lot many helplines. In Mumbai, we have 100 number for dialing the police. You have lot many agencies, Home Ministry, you have DRI, you have anti-narcotic cell. Don't tolerate it. Kindly inform the police also, inform the law enforcement also if you see any peddling activities. See, any person who's consuming, apart from being a crime, it is a mental problem also. So whatever approach you are doing is a very perfect approach. Kindly send it to the rehab. In Mumbai, I was heading a committee where I was having 27 kind of Nasha Mukt mandals as well as rehab centers under us. We used to directly, whenever after taking legal action, we used to send them to the rehab centers, and they come to the mainstream after getting rehabilitated. There are some kind of people basically on the higher level of the society where consumption of drugs for them has become a fad. It is very much in fashion. It is very much in moda, what we call it. Why it happens like that? Consuming drugs is very cool, they say. If you don't consume drugs, your uncle, you're uncool, your auntie. These kind of name keepings happen basically. So peer pressure, I would like to say. What your friends say, to enter into that group, you consume drugs to satisfy them. For that acceptability. Parents, yes, I've seen some kind of parents also, where they tell their wards, they tell their children, बेटा अगर ड्रग्स करना है तो नेचुरल ड्रग्स करना, केमिकल नहीं पीना. I've seen that kind of people also. So, but any kind of drug is uncool. It is not cool. Again, harming your body and your nation. The second most important point I would, like to ask the students, and you all are, pretty big and educated also. So I would like to ask you, anybody can please raise your hand and answer me, what do you mean by a hero? Anybody? I would really appreciate if my sisters give me an answer from there. See, you were very active while clapping. So you need to answer me now. Anybody from that section, please tell me, what do you mean by a hero? You can sit and answer. Come on. Anybody? Yes, please.
Who respects the nation and who respects the woman is the hero.
Perfect.
And
Very
a
nice.
gentleman is the hero.
Perfect. Perfect. Very nice. One more, please, from this side. Very good answer. Very perfect. One more from this side. I'm sorry, I'm asking them to use their brains. I'm sorry for that. Fast. I mean, is it so difficult to, talk or speak? You don't need to be shy. Speak your brain, speak your mind. Anybody? Yes. Yes, please.
A person who doesn't think that some other guy do the job. He is the person who will do it himself.
Very good. Yeah, that is also there. Very nice. See, fortunately, I'm listening good answers here. My sister, she has given a wonderful answer. He has also given a good answer. I happened to visit a place at Thane. It's a district in Maharashtra. So that was 3-4 months before. I asked, the people, the audience was right from 2nd standard small kids to the 12th standard. And all, it was 3,000-4,000 crowd. I asked one sister, she was in probably 10th or 11th. I asked her, can you please tell me who's your hero? I was shocked. She told me, sir, my hero is XYZ Khan. I thought, okay, fine, might be, probably. I came down. I asked one 10th standard student, I asked him, tell me who's your hero. Again, for my shock and surprise, it was XYZ another Khan. Then I asked a very small child, he was in 2nd or 3rd. I asked him, and again I was surprised, XYZ third Khan. So I look at the professors. I asked them one question, straight away to the principal, they were just standing on your left hand side. I asked them one question, have you heard, I asked straight away the teachers, have you heard about Baji Raut? Baji Raut, not Baji Rao. Have you heard about Baji Raut? They said no. I asked another teacher, have you heard about Ashfaqullah Khan? They confused little bit. Suna hai, nahi suna hai, pata nahi. Ashfaqullah Khan. Then I asked them about, have you heard about Tanaji Malasure? No. I asked, have you heard about Batukeshwar Dutt? Never. So I told them, these are the heroes. These are the real heroes. These are the people who, without thinking even 10 seconds about their own life, have given their life for the mother nation, and we don't know their names. Modern heroes, for me, is Captain Vikram Batra. If you might be knowing. Captain Saurav Kalia. So these are the real heroes of the nation. Not XYZ, whatever these people are. What kind of idols we have in today's life? What kind of idols we have? We have people who tend to dance. Sorry, I mean the student performed very nice. It was a traditional dance of Maharashtra. Very wonderfully she performed. But what kind of heroes are we having? The people who are influencers on Instagram, are they our heroes? The people who are promoting vices, are they our heroes? The people who are abusing women on TVs, channels and real life, are they heroes? They can never be our heroes. Our heroes are such heroes who have given their lives. So we should emulate them. Movies are being made, and I see students, small children, Mummy, I want to wear like this, I want to do like this, I want to do like that. Sadly, we never talk about these kind of people in our lives, and we have never heard about them also. For your information, Baji Raut was the smallest freedom fighter of the country. At the age of 12, he has given his life for the nation at Orissa. He was the first smallest freedom fighter. Batukeshwar Dutt was a revolutionary who was expert in making bombs and had threatened the British Empire. Taraji Malusure was a freedom fighter, I would like to say, an ancient warrior of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. He gave up his life for Swarajya basically. So these are the heroes what we need to have. I would request the teachers also, when I went there, while interacting, talk about these people to the students. You know why? It is not merely I'm just talking to inspire the students. No. My intention is something else. Why we need to understand such heroes? my small heroes, they come. Come first. You are a small student. You have to sit with the students. No, you cannot come up. To come up, you need to prove yourself. You can sit with Kavita. Go. So these are the kind of real heroes what we need to have. What is the reason for having that? When I entered civil services, I had, I served in Naxal area in anti-Naxalite wing initially. Then I was deputy commissioner at Mumbai airport. So during that time, lot of, protocols and lot of VIP kind of culture we have basically. Tujhe pata hai mera baap kaun hai? This kind of culture, And protocols for the so-called celebrities. So-called celebrities contributed zero for the nation. So-called celebrities. So all the uniformed officers to go receive, have selfie, click pictures, post that on Facebook and all those things. Nonsense things used to happen. And then after that, you try to implement rule, you try to implement constitution on them, then they feel very bad. Then they come against you. After that also, when fighting with the drug cartels, so these drug cartels basically they're tremendously strong in a wrong way. They are very much infiltrated, into the system political system, social system, economically also they are very strong. So what happens when you fight them, they come against you. And in chronology, they come against you. So first, you don't succumb to their pressure. They try to threaten you physically. You don't listen to that. They try to attack you. You're not dead. You're still alive, fighting them. Then what happens is, yaar ye to dar nahi raha, kaam hi nahi rok raha hai. Then what happens? They try to attack your integrity. ना ना ये तो ऑनेस्ट नहीं है, ये पैसे खाता है, ये ऐसे करता है, ये वैसा करता है, इसने यहाँ पर पैसे मांगा, उसने वहाँ पर पैसे मांगा, all nonsense. You know, basically to harm a warrior is to harm his integrity or honesty. So the warrior is harmed. योद्धा को अटैक करते हैं उसकी इंटीग्रिटी पे basically. So then they attack your integrity. That doesn't also scare you, you are ready to fight. Then they target your family. They talk on your parents, they talk on your lineage, they talk on your caste, they talk on your creed, they talk on your life. So during that point of time, one case has happened. One case had happened, the smallest case of my life, I would like to say. So during that point of time, all sort of jokers from the society came to attack me. And during that point of time, I was seeing in the newspapers every 2 hours one inquiry was opened against me. Every 2 hours. Every 2 hours new allegations were coming against me. Every day press conferences were happening against me by beautiful looking people on the TV. Every day twice press conferences were happening against me. And looking at that quantum, you know, my colleagues, my well-wishers used to call me, Sam, is everything all right with you? Are you able to sleep? And that happened pretty long basically. So I just used to tell them, don't worry, I'm sleeping for 4-5 years as routine. I sleep like a baby, I hit my bed, I go to sleep, don't worry about me. So during that point of time, when the entire system, one XYZ system, is coming against you with all force and might. So during that point of time, I just used to think about 2-3 people in my life. Just about that. I should think about, you know, Shahid Bhagat Singh. I should think about him. I mean, I'm 44 now. During that time, I might be 41, 42. I'm 41, 42 years old. Look about that man. He was just 23 years old. When being 23 years old, he had completely shook the British Empire. Completely. Never backed in front of him, never surrendered. So when that 23-year-old child, youngster, youth can do, तो मैं तो फिर भी 42-43 years का है, and ये तो jokers हैं, वो तो British के सामने लड़े उन्होंने तो, and shook and give his life just in a minute. So when such things can inspire you, you know, to take on this entire system, so these things should be taught and inculcated in you. So tomorrow you face any problem, you don't succumb to any pressures and system. So for that reason, I request the teachers also, that when we speak about them, apart from our curriculum, kindly tell them about such heroes, so that in their personal life, when they face any issues, they're ready to face with it. Third thing I would like to share with you. When we serve our nation, you know, we are all, you know, I'm a lawyer by degree, I'm a law graduate. You people, some of you might be, you know, management graduates, some can be medical, some can be engineering students. So we have to give at least 10 to 15 years of our life to the nation. Every time, you know what happens in our own discussion? Are ye police तो corrupt hai. Are ye municipality corrupt hai. See, government, ye aisi hota hai. They just take money, they just do, you know, we sit and crib. But do we have right to crib? What have we done for the nation? What have we contributed to the nation to crib? Merely sitting in our AC rooms, talking on, you know, things, Instagram and commenting, that doesn't work like that. So first we need to give our blood to the nation. Not everybody can become IS, IPS and wear uniforms and fight. We can become good management students, we can become good doctors, serve in rural places, rural areas. We can be good engineers, again contributing for the nation, serving in rural areas, doing rural projects. So my request to you is at least 10 to 15 years contribute to the nation. After that we are there. Then we can look into our finances. See, for me personally, I have chronology for my priorities. Number 1 will be my Rashtra, which is called as Rashtra Sarvapari. That is my concept, what I think. Number 1 is my nation. Number 2 comes my family and society. My people. Number 3 comes in what I do. You know, and number 4 comes myself. So that is my chronology basically. So we should have that, at least contribute something for the nation. And then only our nation will be strong. We get up, we look ourselves in the mirror with pride because of this. So my all best wishes, my intention is not to bore you more. So I will entertain any questions. If you have any questions regarding any drug related queries you have. So I will entertain that. And you are free to mail me any kind of thing, any queries you have regarding UPSC also. What is UPSC? Does anybody know what is UPSC? Anybody? जितेंद्र जी, आपको आपके स्टूडेंट्स की इनहिबिशंस निकालनी पड़ेगी. They should be bold enough to ask people. Shyness should be out, boldness should come out. Does anybody know about UPSC? What is UPSC?
It's a government service exam.
It is very good, very nice. UPSC is called as Union Public Service Commission. UPSC is where you give exams, 3 base exams, 3 stage exams are there, prelims, mains and interviews. And after that, if you clear those, it's a very tough competitive exam where around 1 million to 1.5 million people appear. Competitive exams, all engineers, doctors, most of them. And after that, once you clear that, there are 24, 25 services in Government of India like IAS, IPS, IRS, Foreign Service, Railway Service, Income Tax and all those things. Directly Group A officer, okay. So you become an assistant commissioner on the first posting. Good salaries, good packages and all those things. And there you have all the authority. You become district magistrate, you become the SP, you become the zonal director, you become, whatever, lot many posts are there. So it is a Group A exams. So that is the most kind of lucrative, I would say, sought after exams in the nation. People study like anything for that. So once you enter that civil services, then you have all the kind of, authority to serve the nation. Right at the age of 24, you become an additional SP, you become an additional collector, thousands of people under you. You can really serve the nation very rightfully. You can implement policies, you can serve the poor, you can see the implementation policies on the field. So that is one of the exams, if at all, after becoming graduate, you need to give and serve the nation. So this is one way to do that. Rest I have told you. So my mail ID, you search, you type my name, you will get my mail ID, you get my number also. So I would, any point of time, you can mail me for any queries regarding UPSC or any queries regarding any kind of drug related activity, what you have queries and you have encountered with. So my final request and message to you is, 1, say no to drugs and yes to life. We all will say no to drugs. And the third is, हमें देश की सेवा करना है और वो भी डंके की चोट पे देश की सेवा करना है. वंदे मातरम, जय हिंद.
Children is not asking any questions? Huh? You don't have any questions? Such an eminent person before you, in between you. I promised Samir bhai that there will be a lot of questions for you from our campus. Anybody, please raise your hand. Yes, my son, come.
So, good afternoon, sir. Sir, my question is that most of the drug addicts, when they want to leave drugs, they try to suicide most of the time. They commit suicide most of the time. They could not leave drugs. So, how would you say them to leave drugs? How would you motivate them to leave?
It's a very relevant question. What happens is, please sit down. I had investigated some cases also like Sushant Singh case regarding drugs. So such kind of problems had come in. What happens is we take consumption of drug as a taboo. We don't want to open up. Hamare parents, what they do is they try to hush up things. Don't tell police why we have to fall into this trap. Don't tell neighbors, don't tell any rehab. They try to hush it up. But they don't know they are not curing the illness. It is an illness basically. So we should not run away from it. There are 2-3 important symptoms when a person is addicted to drugs. Number one is loss of appetite. You come to know the person is addicted. Dark circles, disturbed sleep patterns. Then you have some stomach cramps. After that, if you don't get drugs, you are completely, kind of in a epilepsy kind of a shock. After that, parents should also understand that whenever a person is spending money a lot, suddenly, spike in the spending capacity, something is wrong. Number 6 is a man is more onto, internet, dark web, Tor and all those things. So that means something is wrong. So these are some takeaways. If parents, if teachers, they understand, immediately they should consult a rehab. We are very fortunate, you are very fortunate to have an inbuilt system in the university itself. Kindly approach them. Don't tolerate, treat it, don't avoid it.
Anybody else?
Students, you know who this is? Okay. Now, what sir wanted you was, if you see such things happening, you can go directly and meet ma'am. Okay? She sits in the 3rd floor, just opposite to the reception.
Working for cheap flight.
And she'll explain what it is. Just introduce yourself.
Hi students, I guess most of you know me, that we have been to the counseling orientation to each and every class. So I am your counselor, Janani Karthik. Okay.
So we have an answer here itself.
Sir, I just wanted to ask you one thing. What made you to choose this IRS?
See, what had happened for me, see, my father was a uniformed officer, coming from a very humble background. So, my mother was coming from a very good family, business family she was coming into. So, what happened, when I was in 12th standard, it's okay, I'm sitting and giving answer, I'm audible, right? So, I was in 12th standard, just entered my 12th. So, what my mother did was, she had a restaurant. She opened a restaurant basically. And she told me, what you do is you help me in doing my business. So I was very okay with that. After 11th, I used to attend my morning college. In the evening, I used to go to the restaurant and sit there and do all the odd jobs and all those things. Suddenly what I found, to my shock, lot many, local agencies were coming. Sometime police, sometime BMC, and asking you all nonsense things. From a kid basically sitting there doing his job. And sadly, what my friend mentioned, we have a lot of issue of corruption also. So I used to have a lot of fights with them basically. When being a college 11th standard, 12th standard student. So I used to go back to my mother and tell, Mom, I fought with this man. I fought with that man. That business is a big time failure. I cannot do these things. So my mother sniped at me during that point of time. She told me, don't be a loser like this. You cannot cry. You do one thing. You enter the system and you change the system what you want. You study for that. Don't cry in front of me. So after 12th, I started studying. Then I saw what exactly I need to become, their bosses. So then I started studying right from my 12th standard. And God was I was very fortunate enough with my mother's blessing and God's blessing. I cleared my exams in all first attempts. I was prepared right from 12th standard to enter this only. And whatever exams I gave, I started clearing that. So that was the immediate clinching point for me to, wear a uniform. Thank you.
I can ask one question of my students' behalf to Samir bhai. I'll ask. Samir sir, just to understand the nature of our students who comes from a small, big city also, small town and villages across, majorly from the southern belt. When they come and they see the mesmerizing Bangalore, they get lost into this and all, And then comes the other problem, associated problems along with. I would not specify very, very deeper into this, but this is what we face when while counseling our whole team, we face them. There were peddlers, they were being forced to come and join some room. There was a smoke in the room. They were joined first day, second day, third day, and fourth, fifth day. They were, not even requested. They were forced to go there by choice. So that's what kind of a net they are getting into this. Do you have any piece of advice how this promptness among the youths, which prompts them to choose the wrong path or choose and get attracted by the peddlers? Can you have some, with your experience, can you tell us how to avoid such calls?
See, initially in my talk only I mentioned regarding what is the chronology of things happening, what the peddler does basically, targeting the schools and colleges. You are absolutely right, these things I have encountered, seen what students face. They identify one of the persons and after that ki hamara target hai, and he is made do all those illegal activities. And sadly what happens is if he is into that trap, he cannot come out. Unless and until Samir Wankade comes and catches you. So you are in the jail for many time. So that is a very vicious circle, and prevention, for that reason, prevention is very important. So what I had done was, when I was the zonal director, I used to go to a lot of colleges, such institutions. And firstly, we used to have pledge from the students. We used to tell them the kind of drugs, what kind of drugs are there. Then what is the punishment? We used to have proper lecture. Small quantity caught, you have 1 year of jail. Intermediate quantity caught, 10 years of jail. Commercial quantity caught, 20 years of jail. And after that, we used to, then many things used to come in the media also. The who's who of the country was caught and put behind the bars. So there is no respite. If you are caught means you are gone, nobody can protect you. And after that, the kind of drugs. This is cocaine, this is LSD, this is methadone. And the most important thing was, we used to take a pledge and as to go to the colleges used to declare that campus drug-free campus. Everywhere, now we have smoke-free hotels, smoke-free campuses. Similarly, it was drug-free campus. So every floor, outside the important junctions, they used to have say no to drugs and yes to life. So it is there in the mind that drug is wrong, we are not going to touch this. Plus the penalty, it will straight away send you in jail. Jitendra ji, I have encountered educated people. When I catch them, when I caught them, so their answer was, sir, ये तो drugs, natural drugs हैं. ये तो चरस गांजा natural झाड़ पे उगता है. इसमें क्या crime है? हम थोड़ी ना chemical ले रहे. This is the kind of awareness what they have. So I used to tell them, आप चरस पियो, गांजा पियो, that is a crime. That is under NDPS Act. अगर आपको ऐसा लगता है you are so influential, kindly go and get it decriminalized. So that is the thing. They don't know also. वो high-handed होते हैं, उनको बोल के ठीक है. Second issue, the students, the youngsters don't know consuming drug is a crime. So after catching them also, they used to tell, sir, मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ? मैं थोड़ी ना बेच रहा हूँ. मैं थोड़ी ना इसको यहाँ पर दे रहा हूँ. मेरे consumption के लिए I can consume drugs. भांग तो allowed है. हम होली के टाइम पे भांग पीते. So this is the kind of awareness they have. No, it is not allowed. It is a crime. It is a serious crime to consume drugs. You will be catched and caught and thrown in the prison. So this awareness we need to do more. Then things will be stopping.
Hi students, any questions? Oh, very great, Please child, get up. I think I sparked everybody's mind now.
Good afternoon, sir. As basically every drug starts from one particular cigarette. So why can't this government have a proper prevention to stop cigarettes or consumption of cigarettes?
See, what happens is, manufacturing of cigarette and manufacturing of liquor also, both are vices. But as far as cigarette goes, it gives lot of central excise duty to the government exchequer, number one. Number two, tobacco, if you know, is a major crop as far as Andhra, South India is concerned. So lot of livelihood of the rural farmers are also dependent on that. Nonetheless, we cannot justify these kind of vices. I'm talking in terms of the revenue part. Okay, why it is not banned completely like drugs? Because it is a lot of source of livelihood for the other people and source of revenue for the government also, taxes. Number three, the government has implemented the proper policies how to avoid spreading it to the youth. For example, smoking in public places, where in classrooms, in offices, they have been completely prohibited. There are rules like COPTA. COPTA is a cigarette and other tobacco products prohibition act, where you need to properly, on the cigarettes also, there are 70% of display area should be warning. So that is implemented. So it is up to the person to stay away. So the government is also trying maximum to keep away from the people, but simultaneously they cannot completely put a stop to the livelihood of the agriculturals, basically. So that is the kind of approach what the system is having. One person wanted to ask. I hope that is clear in your mind.
So, sir, my question is, what duration would it take to get a person addicted to drugs? And if he is addicted, so what does a helpline centers or the rehab centers, what is the procedure they follow to give him a better life? And what are the struggles does he face, does a patient faces?
There are no struggles, basically what a patient faces. On a lighter note, I remember one so-called celebrity son was caught. And when he came out of a jail, he got a reception like he is a freedom fighter coming out of a jail. So there is no taboo, don't worry about that. But on a serious note, when there is no timeline when a person gets addicted. It can be getting addicted by one joint of a ganja. It's very good, it gives me very high. My concentration in study is very good. After that you are gone, you are addicted to it. So there is no timeline. There are people also who try ganja, who try cocaine for 1-2 times and not getting addicted. So it depends on the person. It is not on the timeline. Number two, treatment, yes. Treatment is, if you find anybody, there are a lot of rehab centers. All the major government hospitals, they have a rehabilitation center, rehab center. So where a lot of treatments are done. For liquor, it is Nasha Mukta, different treatment. For drugs, there is a treatment using chemical called as methadone. So that is being used, slowly, gradually giving, and after that, withdrawing a person from the drug consumption. Initially, a patient might have a problem having withdrawal symptoms, stomach aches, cramps and all those things. But gradually, if the will is strong, he can just get away in 2-3 months also. Generally, there are times what we have seen 2-3 months also, but 6 months is a limited accepted period when a person is completely, a willed person is de-addicted. But we have seen cases also where people go to drug addiction centers, become more drug addict. Because the drug peddlers target that de-addiction center. They get craving of having drugs, they go out, consume drugs, and after that they go back to the rehab centers. We have seen that also. And they become more, doesn't work. But the only thing is it is on a person, whether he wants to shun it away. And after that, see, nowadays it has become so common in Western countries also. So they don't take it, okay, we are drug addicted. There is no social taboo in that. Be brave enough to accept it, go, get yourself de-addicted, come out and serve the nation. There is nothing wrong in that. You can tell, you are loud enough, you can tell me, without mic.
From BC department, you are government servant, you are very honest and fearless. Now when you ask these great personalities and celebrities, the so-called great personalities and celebrities, while you ask them, what about the government? Will the government support you or encourage you? I just want to know that, because sometimes the government should act biased on these type of case, right? I just want to know that.
See, the so-called celebrities, or, you know, we need to follow only two things. For me, being an IRS officer, I just follow two things. One is the constitution, we call that Samvidhan Bharat Ka constitution. I've taken pledge of this constitution to uphold it. Number two is the rules where I'm posted. For example, if I'm in NI, I'll be UAPA Terrorist Act. If I'm in NCB, NDPS Act. If I'm in Custom Act. So the act of that place where you are, we just need to follow that. Rest immaterially, I'm not bothered about the face. It cannot be like that, you show me the face, I'll show you the rule. It cannot be like that. It can be the same rule for everybody, despite you are not liked and liked. What happens is, as I said, see, I would not like to, give any statements. I've been very fortunate, the government of India has been very kind enough and gracious enough to post me in, all good places where I can serve my motherland. They have appreciated me many times. But time comes, when I told you that these people are having a lot of power and prestige. They try to, create trouble for you at times. So what maximum can happen to you if you don't fall to any pressures? What can happen? As I told you, they threaten and put nonsense allegations. I'm not bothered about that. Maximum what they can do, they can transfer you. So me being an IRS officer, I can serve in Ladakh, I can serve in Jammu Kashmir, I can serve in Kerala, I can serve anywhere, all India. I am mentally prepared for that. The most important thing, maximum they can do is transfer you. You transfer me, I'm ready. I'll get the same salary. I'll do the same job wherever you transfer me. It doesn't make any difference to me. So now, antagonizing some people from Mumbai have been transferred to Chennai. If people tell, what maximum can happen? Now, will they post me to Sri Lanka? Or they send me to China? I'm not scared. Wherever they want to send me, they send me. So, you need to be strong enough to handle things. Mentally strong here. Yes, please.
Sir, I'm a mother of 3 kids, so I want to know, in schools, around schools, we can see the petty shops. So usually they tell the peddlers start from that area. So there is any system to remove that shops, or are you having a system that regularly check that peddlers are supplying something? Because through that, the kids in the school, they receive all this.
Ma'am, you are absolutely right. What happens is, fortunately in this area I'm not seeing that. But places like metropolitan cities like Delhi, Mumbai, near the school and colleges, there are some small pan and bidi shops. So they become the hub of that. And there are rules. You cannot have any kind of pan and bidi shops near the vicinity of a temple, near the vicinity of a school or a college or a hospital. But sadly, what they do, they circumvent the rules. They measure the area in a very different way. And after that, they start doing all those nefarious activities. We tell the police, many times I also received I used to receive such complaints. We took action also. But what happens is, at times when the police raids, so the quantity caught is not falling under the commercial quantity. So it falls under the small quantity. So immediately a person is arrested, he gets bail. So we try to catch them again and again. And government is also having procedures for that. One time caught, twice caught, then there is PIT NDPS. You catch the person, put him behind bars for 1 year. So there are provisions. But being a normal citizen also, I feel it should be more proactive. There are checks and balances. They do it. But again, it should be done continuously and unifiedly across the country. So then only it will affect.
Do you have any system which
No, there is nothing like that in the act. But what you can do is, you can, in Mumbai, there is a helpline, police helpline there is. We can immediately call them up. And, many people encounter this problem what you are facing. What happens is, they immediately call up. They call any beat constable or something like that. They tell, he goes with a danda and, try to stop it. Very temporary way, man. But what happens is, again they start doing it. So my humble request to you is, whenever in anything in Bangalore you find out something like that, at a serious level, this thing is a real problem for my students. If you approach any senior officer like me, like my rank, and any IPS officer in any city, there are DCPs basically. There is a zonal director, there are DCPs. So if proper way may you go to them, you approach them with proper evidence, कि sir, this is the place. This place is supplying drugs to the students. It is spoiling my students. I'm sure about it. The action will be very strong. No IPS officer, no serious officer will take this lightly.
So I am a endodontist by profession. So I had come through one of my patients because while giving local, he was shivering. So I asked him, so he's like, I was going through drug abuse. I came out of it. Then I slowly spoke to him. So what question I want to ask you, sir, is gender, usually we used to think that boys use more ganja and all that. But through my patient, I came to know that he used to supply more to girls than boys. So this coming years, do you feel that the gender is balanced or girls are more than boys?
Actually, I wanted to tell that, but it came from you. Good, you solved my problem. So I would have been, he's talking against me. It is a real problem what you said. Of late, what we see is more consumption in one, more consumption of cigarettes as well as drugs that we have seen. In Mumbai, I have busted gangs which were led by women, and 50 odd women were working under that lady don, and they had easy access to the discotheques, to the pubs for supply of drugs. Because what happens is in pubs or other kind of places, socializing places, tag entry is not allowed, but women is allowed, to increase the clientele and increase the sale of their products or something like that. So during that time, they had easy access, and we have busted that cartel. So yes, it is a right observation what you made. And the peddlers are also targeting young women at the age of, ranging from the age of 16 to 18 to act as a peddler. So they are targeting women more. And sadly, we also need to understand that, we are a very liberal country and we are in 21st century also. But we need to see, we need to keep a balance also. Okay, how much is right to freedom also, and how much is spoiling, how much your efforts are in this manner spoiling the country. There should be a proper approach regarding that. But nonetheless, law is similar for all. If we find any such kind of thing, we take action. But yes, more the fairer section of the society is trying to go that side.
Sir, do you think it's good when universities suspend students when they take drugs? Shouldn't we give them proper counseling and support? What kind of punishment do we have to give to such students in such cases? And how should the society treat them?
Are you talking about drug consumption, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Ha. So now the issue is, see, suspension, what is better? I would ask you, I would pose you a question. Going in jail is better or suspension is better? You tell me. I would not agree for suspending you also. I would definitely understand for rehab, but at all, if the university is taking that decision, I would say the university is very liberal in taking that decision. Because what happens is, generally if anybody is caught, I've seen children languishing in juvenile prison for this. years. I've seen colleges, police picking them up, parents disowning them, no lawyers coming to take them out. For drug consumption, not settling and peddling also. They're just lying there. So if at all the department or the university is taking some action, it is in a better cause, number one. Number two, disciplinary action I would like to say. But suspension I would not personally ask for. I would personally request the management or whoever is doing that to identify the student and immediately consult their parents and send them to rehab for rehabilitation. That would be the right one.
Samirji, it's good that my girl has made my job easier and all by asking this question. I'll just tell you how we work on such cases and all. Any moment, if the student is found with the drugs, you have seen the kid. I should go this side. I don't know. Yeah, any moment when a student is found with the drug, mic manager can tell me where I should stand and talk. Some backside the speaker, or shall I go and talk? Yeah, here it's okay. So, we do isolation technique. We filter them. We tell them, okay, you're not allowed to attend the class for 7 days. And in those 7 days, we send you to the rehabilitation center. It means old age homes. You have to, morning 7 to evening 6, you should do service in the adjacent old age homes and the rehabilitation centers. After 7 days, you come with an affidavit saying that I will not do this once again. Affidavit and minor or major penalty depend on the level of the offense you have made and all. After that, with this affidavit, you also gives it, next time, if I do this, you can terminate me and all. This is what we follow, the series of events, and we take that child back. This is what we follow, Samirji, here and all.
Again, I said that the students, this approach, they are fortunate. They are not given to the police. They are fortunate, they are, at least you are so, social community thing, what international level, what you are doing. Basically, it happens in Western country. The same thing, if a person is caught in foreign country, he is given community service sentence. So he goes and serves the poor and all those things, So that is a very right direction. So that only, actually, they give it to the police, basically. And then the person is gone. Case is being booked, no passport allotted. The person cannot go to a foreign country in near future. There is a social taboo on that person if he goes to the prison for even a day for drug consumption.
Here, your passport gets stamped that you have been involved with the narcotics and all. In addition that, I want to quote unquote one example like which we have followed. Once again, I would not specify the group. There were a group of students in November. Children, you all have to listen to this and all because many of you don't know how we saved that group of children. They were there November 6th or somewhere and all. They were found in the localites. They barged into the room in the evening time. And they, 1 or 2, 3 days continuously, they have gone and given them some kind of smoke or some weeds and all given. And 4th day, some local comes up with the one representing, posing himself as a policeman, says that you are involved in the drugs. And they take them to the police station and get they're tested, and it was positive. So they get the positive report of you that you have been positive. They were the seven students. 7 students they were at all. They were 7 students. And after that, what happened? They don't come to us. And then this problem gets compounded. And there are many people get involved into this. Then local says that, okay, we can get you out of the clutches of police if you pay this much. Then the police from back end, from the sad story, from the narcotic side only, there is another branch. I don't remember the particular branch name. That branch handles this. They tells that, okay, you pay this to the students. I'm telling you, boys, to the student. They tells them, if you pay this, we will settle this. So they landed up in paying 3 lakhs by the time we handled this case by January 26th or 27th somewhere. At that time, those students were almost at the verge of suicide. They told us, sir, we are really fed up and all. We sold our laptop, we sold our bike, and we sold our all belongings, chain and all, and we are working in the Domino's. We are not attending classes and we are working in the Domino's. And to clear the debit, what we have borrowed money from somebody to pay the policeman. Finally, this policeman creates still further fear among the kids and reaches to my office and sits from morning to evening. hand over those old 7 boys to me and I will. But fortunately, I have got a good knowledge of the law also. Okay. I said that no, my lawyer will represent them in the court. And next day, I tell you, child, our lawyer goes from the university and pay the penalty of 4,500 rupees per child and all, and they come out of the clutches and all. But still, they are not 100% out of the clutches. But they are attending classes. So, no, they still have to go to the station and all. Imagine. This has happened here at our campus. See, when I go out as a representative of this university, go out, and I see such eminent people and talking and addressing such kind of, issue which is crippling the whole country, next generation, it hurts me. That's the reason I pleaded before Samirji, please come and talk to them. So Samirji talks so much things, and I said that he's as an officer, he says the penalty, and other is the rehabilitation. So choose your life. You want to take up the penalty and ruin your whole life. You earn this degree from this university, but this taboo of what you are giving, it will pull you back. Because the moment they say that for your verification, documents comes to the university. Is this student how was the 3 years of him? Is he involved in any illicit activities or anything? So if you have records, we cannot hide those things and all, and we have to say. So Samirji, these are the sad stories which I am talking about our campus and all.
It is better what community service what you are giving, and it's really good.
Yes, sir.
Rather than facing the law and finishing the entire life, this is a better approach of it. Just a request, don't suspend.
We suspend them for 7 days. After that, we take them back. Actually.
You can just use some other word, withdraw them from the. Don't suspend them.
So my girl has word and all now. We will follow the Samirji word said. We'll use some other word for it. Okay. Any other young faculty members also are there? Please, you are liberal to any last question so that we wrap up the session because we have to go.
Yes, please.
So I had a question. So previously when I was working with some of a corporate company, we used to stay in PGs. So I was staying with a roommate who she used to take up, I don't know about that, she used to tell it has electronic smoke or electronic cigarette. It used to come with a lot of flavors. But I have noticed certain things with her characters and her body language. I think 20 to 25 marks I have seen in her hands. I don't know for what case, but every time I used to see her engaging, doing that repetitively, even in the rooms. And always I see her always being in drug. So I have a question. Like here, if electronic cigarette is not a part of drug, then why she's always, I feel she's in drug. And her mood is also, I feel when she's going to do suicide, such kind of thought process is too much built on her. So these days, this electronic cigarette is very common. From the kid of 10 years old, I have seen this. And when being a teacher, I've seen myself with a kid and have been advised about it. So like, what do you would like to tell about this, sir?
See, as stated before, electronic cigarette is completely prohibited. It is getting into the Indian waters, Indian mainland, because of illegal import basically from the ports. The customs, the DRI, they are working overtime to catch that, but unfortunately, the profit is such, it is landing into the country, basically. Secondly, if you are just talking about e-cigarettes, definitely it is any kind of vice is harmful for the body. But e-cigarettes, we don't have any evidences as of now. E-cigarette is as dangerous as drugs. It is dangerous for your health, but not covered under the NDPS Act. It is covered under different act, COPTA and all those things. It can be covered, and Custom Act, it can be prohibited, but not under the NDPS Act. So the stringent action cannot be taken on the e-cigarette because it is not covered under NDPS. Number 3, the lady whom you are talking about might be having, you don't know whether she might be consuming drugs along with that. Because such kind of activities do happen if a person is addicted to drugs and if a person is not getting drugs after that. So this tendency can be there, self-infliction of, a kind of harm and all those things can happen once you are addicted to marijuana and hash and charas and all those things. So you exactly cannot tell whether a person is addicted to drugs or just e-cigarettes. So we don't know what exactly it is. But if at all it is happening, you can help her sending her to rehab. It can be drug addiction also.
Okay, any more question? Can we wrap up?
One question.
Pratiksha, please.
So which one you are enjoying the most, the awareness or tracking them?
Please sit. I cannot, both are satisfying. Now young minds are there. If I'm able to help them out in preventing drugs, so that is a achievement what I can have. As far as my mental satisfaction I'm doing for the nation. Enforcement, yes, catching drug peddlers and gangsters give me a inspiration boost, adrenaline rush in me. So, many people have different kind of rushes. Some people have earning money, taking money. Also, sort of for me, catching and eliminating legally these gangsters is an adrenaline rush for me. But enforcement of law on students, on youngsters, that is a very sad part of the job which I have to do, which I have done, which I don't like personally. It is spoiling somebody's life. But I have to take action because it is illegal. So that is a very unpleasant part of the job, which I don't like at all. But eliminating, finishing gangsters and peddlers, I enjoy doing that. And now awareness part also, maximum satisfaction. Just in 10 seconds I'll tell you. When people come to my house, where parents had earlier come to me, ke, sir, same what one faculty had told regarding e-cigarettes and ganja. So one parent had come to my house, one small example, ke, sir, this man is addicted to ganja, he's hitting me. He is hitting his own mother because she was not giving, pocket money to him. And after that, the person was got to my house, counsel both in stringent manner also as well as normal counseling. The person was sent to rehab. And today I was so happy, 5-6 months before, the person has joined Staff Selection Commission, SSB. And he had worn his uniform and he had come to me. Okay, sir, for 5 years I've joined the army now as an officer. So that was the tremendous satisfaction. Even any award cannot fulfill that. So that was the tremendous satisfaction what I get. And if, life is settled, I'm so happy, the nation cause is solved.
Thank you, sir. I think that concludes our session. Please, Madhya, take over.
थैंक यू सर। उम्मीदों पर पानी फिरता भारत को दिखता होगा जब गांव शहर की गलियों में सरेआम नशा बिकता होगा। जिन्हें माना आने वाला कल जब वही रहे ना होश में और कमी नज़र आती है सबको युवाओं के जोश में। देखो इनमें कुछ करने का जुनून नहीं दौड़ता, रगों में नौजवानों के अब खून नहीं दौड़ता। हर पल गुस्से से आंख भरी, हर पल निराश क्यों दिखते हो। घर उजड़ गए, घर उजड़ रहे जब जब भी आप नशा करते हो। मन में इनके पहले जैसा वो सुकून नहीं दौड़ता, मन में इनके पहले जैसा वो सुकून नहीं दौड़ता। रगों में नौजवानों के अब खून नहीं दौड़ता। जो छीना नशे ने चेहरे का वापस वो नूर नहीं लौटता। रगों में नौजवानों के अब खून नहीं दौड़ता। वो नशा जो तुमको करे खोखला, वो नशा जो तुमको करे खोखला, छोड़ उसे दूर भागो तुम। अपने हालत सुधारो, स्वस्थ बनो और नींद से जागो तुम। लत लगी है पर लत छूटेगी, यह प्रण लेकर शुरुआत करो। इस जीवन को तुम कदर करो, जीने का मकसद याद करो। दर्द होगा जब संकल्प तुम्हारा, नशा तुम्हें स्वयं छोड़ेगा। रगों में नौजवानों के फिर से जुनून दौड़ेगा। रगों में नौजवानों के फिर से खून दौड़ेगा। रगों में नौजवानों के फिर से खून दौड़ेगा। Now I request the real youths of our country who are sitting right in front of me to give a huge round of applause to the real life Singham of our country, Mr. Sameer Wangade. A big round of applause to you, sir, for such a lively and interactive session. The more you praise and celebrate your life, the more there is a life to celebrate. Let us now express our heartfelt gratitude and appreciation by felicitating our esteemed dignitary. I request our guests to please come forward and accept our token of admiration and respect. I request the cultural committee to take over the felicitation ceremony. I request the audience to cheer them with a big round of applause. We are very lucky to have him here with us today. Let the claps not stop. Please give them a huge round of applause. Come on everyone, stand up and give them a big round of applause. A huge inspiration for the youth icon. I request all the faculties to join the dignitaries onto the stage. I request all the faculties to join the dignitaries onto the stage. And audience, the real youth, please put up your energy and give them a huge round of applause. I want your real energy to come up. Come on everybody. Thank you all the dignitaries. Thank you all to the staff members. I request the dignitaries to take the stage, to please be seated onto the stage. I request the students to please be seated. I request the students to please be seated in your respective areas.
उनको लगा कि हो गया करके. Students, please, बस just 5
I request the Delta Force to please stop the students from going out. I request the Delta Force to please stop the students from going out.
Okay, fine.
Students, please be seated for a while.
Madhya, go next now. What this?
Moving on to the celebration of athleticism and determination, let us now acknowledge the outstanding sports achievement of our students. I invite Mr. Dennis Thomas, the chairperson of Sports Committee, to announce the winners. Over to you, sir.
Good afternoon, one and all. Thank you, Anapoya, deemed to be university, for giving me this opportunity. Thank you, our director, Dr. Jitendra Singh Shekhawat, and our principal, Dr. Vairam Meshram, for choosing me as the sports chairperson and for being great support throughout. With great team together, we try to make our first steps, have a great memories, and get steps our future. Before our honorable chief guest, Mr. Samir Wankade, IRS, I would like to treasure our sports team faculty and students as the best teamwork with organized indoor games and outdoor tournaments in a great sizable manner. The students' participation was king size, which took the competition and the tournaments to the next level. Sports Committee hereby remains steadfast in its commitment for promoting the transformative power of sports. We will continue to innovate, collaborate, and inspire, ensuring that sports remain as a vibrant and integral part of the collective experience. Now I request Mr. Samir Wankade, IRS Officer, Additional Commissioner, DGTS Mumbai, former Zonal Director, NCB Mumbai, with all dignitaries to distribute the chess and carom tournament prizes. Carom, third prize goes to Mr. Abdul Bariti from BSc MIT. Trophy with cash prize of rupees 1,500. Second prize, Mr. Ashwin Ari from BCA. Trophy with cash prize of rupees 3,000. First prize, Mr. Shazin Shamsad from BSc MIT. Trophy with a cash prize of rupees 5,000. Now chess. Third prize, Devadatt SK from BCA. Trophy with a cash prize of rupees 1,500. Second, Mr. Abdul Shihan from BCA. Trophy with a cash prize of rupees 3,000. And first prize goes to Mr. Adityan Madhavan from BCA. Trophy with a cash prize of rupees 5,000. Once again, congratulations to all the winners and participants. Thank you, Mr. Samir Wankade, IRS, and dignitaries for giving away the prizes. Thank you.
As we have come to the end of our program, I request the guests to please take your seats for a while, just for the purpose of vote of thanks. As we have come to the end of our program, it's my privilege to invite Ms. Nausheen, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Application, to deliver the vote of thanks and express our sincere gratitude to all those who have contributed to the success of this event.
I have learned that people will forget what you said. People will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. As we draw the curtain on the momentous occasion, I stand before you humble and grateful for the invaluable contribution of each and every one of you, reflecting on a journey we have embarked upon today. First and foremost, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to our distinguished guest, Mr. Samir Wankade and Mrs. Kranti Redkar, for gracing us with their presence and sharing their wisdom and insights with us. Your presence has added immense value to our event, and we are truly honored to have you here. I'm very delightful to thank you from my colleagues and my entire faculty. Next, I heartfully thank my director, Dr. Jitendra Singh Shekhawat, my beloved principal, Dr. Vaibhav Mishram, for giving me this opportunity to thank one and all on behalf of my all colleagues. And lastly, I thank the hospitality management, whoever have helped them in escorting throughout the entire event. And lastly, I thank all my students for maintaining their patience and having a wonderful journey with Sameer sir. Thank you, sir.
I request the students to please stand up and give a last round of applause to our esteemed guest of honor, Mr. Sameer Wankade, and his wife, Ms. Kranti Redkar. Give them a big round of applause, my dear students. Student, wait for a while, let the guest go. Then you can make a line and then go to your respective rooms. Maintain some discipline.